Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new, I'm Sarah. You can find me anywhere on Sarah of Horror, and here on my channel I review movies, TV shows, and other things I find interesting to talk about. But of course today I will continue with my 31 days of horror. So I will be reviewing one horror movie every day in October. And today I will be talking about Strange Frequencies, Taiwan Killer Hospital. So, Strange Frequencies, Taiwan Killer Hospital. It's from 2024. It's directed by Kervin Go, starring Enrique Gil, Jare De Leon, Alexa Miro, and Rob Gomez. Okay, so in this one, we have these reality stars who are doing like a paranormal show, like a found footage paranormal live stream show at this Jingling hospital where there's said to be a lot of paranormal activity, and they want to capitalize on this and bring in the views, bring in the subs. But of course, something really dark and sinister unexpectedly happens. So, I was browsing Netflix. I was like, I want to see more horror movies to watch, so I have more horror movies to review, of course. And I came across this one, and I was like, not familiar with it, haven't seen it before, so why not? I do like this type of subgenre. Not everyone likes the found footage angle, but there are some movies that have really benefited from a found footage angle. So my curiosity was definitely piqued. So I started watching it, and I have to say, like, from the start, I was kind of interested. It caught my attention. I was interested in the characters and this place, a Jingling hospital that they were going to. But then I have to admit, like, the more the movie progressed, the more they lost me as an audience. I had a hard time really connecting with the characters and with what was going on. I was kind of losing interest. Like some scenes and effects felt like, cheap jump scares and just very occurring things that happen in this subgenre, in the horror genre, and that we are just too familiar and used with. And yeah, it just didn't stand out or was unique to this subgenre. I wish that they had put some kind of a twist to this type of subgenre, to the found footage genre, and done something more fun with it. I mean, there are plenty of ways you can do a spin on the found footage genre, and plenty of movies have done it successfully, and unfortunately this wasn't one of them. I was like with them throughout the first half of the film. It's like, okay, this can go somewhere. I was interested in the characters, hoping to get to know them a bit more and just connecting with them. And in the second half, just they were losing me. Even though that was when things were starting to happen. But the things that were starting happening wasn't like catching me or reeling me in at all, unfortunately. And since this was a live stream that they were doing, then we get to see that the audience were connecting with them, the viewers, seeing no comments, everything that's kind of typical for this type of setting. Yeah, I just wasn't with it. And it was too bad because it had a lot of potential, but it didn't really grow from there. Like, they had set everything up, they cued in what everything was going to be about, and then it just felt like the movie never really got going, never really grew to its full potential, which is a shame because you could really figure out what was going to happen in the very next scene and what was just going to happen overall. So I wish that I hadn't been able to figure it out, but yeah. So I do think that the story could have been looked upon once more in the script, but can't really complain about the actors. I think they did a good job They were portraying exactly what they were supposed to be portraying, and the emotions, and they had range, so I'm not complaining about that at all. Just a bit of a lack of creativity when it comes to trying to make a found footage stand out among all of the found footage movies like there are. But I've definitely seen worse. Definitely. So, I said they had me going in the first half. I was very interested, very into the story, very into the film, but then they lost me. So what do I give Strange Frequencies Taiwan Killer Hospital? I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. Yeah, it gets a 4 out of 10 from me. But I want to know, what do you think about the film? How do you feel about it? How do you feel it stacks up against a lot of the other movies in the found footage genre? Yeah, so let me know. Like and subscribe and comment something for the algorithm, of course. And I'll be back tomorrow. So see you then. Bye.